Hi students, our topic today is set, its introduction and representations. The objective of this video is that at the end of it, you will be able to define a set, represent a set using three different methods like roster or tabular method, description method and set builder or rule method. So let's discuss first of all why to study sets. You see, we know that maths evolved from the need of early humans to count how many things are there. Now, while counting things, we usually count things of certain types together, isn't it? Like a person could have had 4 sheep or 2 horses. So the concept of collection or groups or set could also have come into being during those days itself. So this is an obvious use of sets. But the use of set theory became hugely important when mathematicians started dealing with infinite sets like set of integers or sets of irrational numbers, etc. But at our level, our aim is just to learn the ways of using set. So we will deal with finite sets only. So now you know that set refers to collection or groups. Mathematically, a set is defined as set is a collection of well-defined and unique or distinct objects. Here we have two important terms. One is well-defined, which means objects which can be clearly identified. And we have another thing which is unique or distinct, which means that the elements should not be repeating. So let's consider an example. For example, if I say set of intelligent students in class 7B. Now this set cannot be formed because the word intelligent is not clearly defined. To understand this, let us consider a student, say a student of class 7B named as Ram. Now according to me, Ram could be an intelligent student, but some other teacher may not feel so. And he may feel that Ram is not intelligent. So there is now a bit of confusion whether to include Ram in this set of intelligent students of class 7B or not. So we cannot be sure whether to include Ram in set of intelligent students in class 7B, and there could be a similar problem with other students of class 7B also. We may not be able to decide whether to include that student in this set or not, because the word intelligent is not clearly defined, because intelligent is a relative word. So in such cases we cannot form a set. But if you consider set of students of class 7B whose weight is more than 45 kg, then in that case we can clearly find out which students are more than 45 kg. So each element is clearly defined and unique, as each student is different from other. So there is no risk of repetition of elements. So they are unique. So the set can be formed. So if we find by taking the weights of the students that Ram, Ali and John of class 7B have weight greater than 45 kg, then we have a set Ram, Ali, John. So the conditions for a set to be formed, first is that elements should be well defined, and then elements should be unique or distinct. There should not be any repetition of elements in the set. Now we will discuss about the representation of sets. Sets can be represented either by roster or tabular method. Actually, I usually forget that roster or tabular is same. So I remember it by hooking this image in my mind, rooster on a table. So roster or tabular method goes together. Then we have description method and set builder or rule method. So the roster or tabular method, first of all, in this case the individual elements are listed down in curly brackets. So this is a simple representation. So for example, if we have to write a set of natural numbers less than 7, it would simply be a set, let's call it set A. Usually a set is denoted by capital letters. So if we say this is a set A, then set A is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 separated with these commas. So the set containing letters in the word India, we may write it like this. We can call it another set B with elements I and D, I, A. But here there is a problem. The letter I is repeating twice, and we have studied that the elements should not be repeated. The elements should be unique or distinct. So this is not a correct way of representing the set. We would have to write it like this, I and D, A. So we need to note that elements are separated with comma in case of roster or tabular method, and they are within curly brackets. If number of elements are large, we use dots. So for example, if we have a set of natural numbers up to 100, then we may write within curly bracket 1, 2, 3, then dots, and then finally 100. Now we will look at the next method, that is description method of representing a set. In this case, the set is written by providing a description of its elements within curly brackets. So if in the roster form we have say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, then in the description form we would describe these elements, like A is a set of natural numbers less than 7. So we just put a description of the elements using a statement. If we have I and DA, we may have in the description form set B is equal to letters in the word India. The third way of representing set is set builder method or rule method. In this case, the elements of the set are represented by using a variable which describes the properties of the elements. Example, in the roster form, if we have A is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, which we know that in the description method will be written as A is equal to natural numbers less than 7, then in the set builder form, it would be A is equal to X such that X belongs to natural numbers. This is a separator, and X is less than equal to 6. So we need to learn to write and read when the set is represented in this form. Here this represents such that this is the symbol for belongs to, this is a separator, and this it is less than equal to. So it would be read like A is a set of elements X such that X belongs to natural numbers, this is the symbol for natural numbers, and X is less than equal to 6. Here we have to note that this is the symbol for belongs to and this is the symbol for does not belong to. Thus 8 does not belong to this set A. So if we have a set P which has elements like 1 by 4, 1 by 5, 1 by 6, so on till 1 by 9 in the roster form, then if we want to write it in the set builder form, we need to observe that these are unit fractions, all the numerators are 1, and the denominators are natural numbers starting from 4 going up to 9. So we can define it, or we can write it in the set builder form in this way by assuming a variable x such that x is equal to 1 by n. So the numerator will be all 1 and the denominator is a natural number, n belongs to natural number, and n lies between 3 and 10, isn't it? So n lies between 3 and 10. N is greater than 3, n is less than 10. So if we will try to write this set in the roster form, automatically we will get 1 by 4 because n has to be greater than 3. So 1 by 4, 1 by 5, 1 by 6, and it will continue up to 1 by 9. Or if we have a set Q which is say having elements 0, 1, 4, 9, 16, 25. So first we will have to observe a pattern for these numbers. So these are all square numbers starting from 0 square, 1 square, 2 square. So we know 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, they are whole numbers. So keeping these things in mind, now we can write it in set builder form in this manner. Q is equal to x such that x equal to n square, n belongs to whole numbers, and n is less than equal to 5 because here 5 is included, so less than equal to 5 in the set builder form. Similarly, if in set builder form we have r is equal to x such that x is equal to n square plus 3n, n belongs to whole number, n is less than equal to 4. That means here we have already been given the set in the set builder form. We want to write it in the roster form. So then Understanding this definition of the set or the representation of the set, we know that n is whole numbers lying between starting from 0 up to 4. So we would be substituting in these two places 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and we would do the calculation. So for example, if I put 0 over here, it will be 0 square plus 3 into 0. So that is equal to 0. So the first element would be 0. The second element would be 1 square plus 3 into 1. That is 1 plus 3. That is equal to 4. So like that it will continue, and we would get the set R in the roster form, that is 0, 4, 10, 13, 28 in the roster form. So here is an important note that when you are working out questions on sets, if the set is provided in the set builder or description form, it's better to first convert the set to the roster form, because roster form is very easy to work with. So let's recapitulate what we have studied. We have studied what a set is and the representation of sets in the roster or tabular method, description method, set builder or rule method. So in the next video, we would be looking at types of set and practice questions on set representation, set type identification and interconversion. So I would request you all to subscribe this video. Thank you.